Hello, I'm Dr. Jim Lenze, and welcome to Public Pictures Theater. Tonight we'll be watching the 1952 musical and buddy film Road to Bali, starring Bob Hope and Bing Crosby, as well as actress Dorothy Lamour. This film is the 6th of 7 Road to films that Crosby and Hope worked on together. Others in the series include Road to Singapore, Road to Utopia, and Road to Rio. The film contains running gags from previous films, including Hope breaking the fourth wall and the duo's infamous patty cake-style fighting. This is also the only of the Road to films to be photographed in Technicolor. Even the last of the series, Road to Hong Kong, was in black and white, despite being made 10 years later. At this time, Bing Crosby was minority owner for the baseball team, the Pittsburgh Pirates. He makes a reference to the team during the film, so try to be on the lookout for that. Also, look for cameos from some of the biggest stars of the time, such as Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin. The reason that the film is in the public domain is because Paramount Pictures failed to renew the copyright on the film. Now, please relax and enjoy tonight's film, Road to Bali. Welcome back to Public Pictures Theater. I'm Dr. Jim Lenze here with Emily, a communications media major at IUP. So, Emily, we watched The Road to Bali.
Yes, we did.
It was a fun film.
I really enjoyed it, yeah.
I like these films. So what were your thoughts on the love triangle between Lala, George, and Harold? Who were you rooting for?
You know, I thought it was actually really interesting to see because I like how it kind of switched on and off all the time. Like when she was supposed to get married to the king, I believe it was, they ended up married to each other somehow.
Yes.
And I thought that was hilarious.
It was a very modern take.
But no, I felt very bad for Harold in the end. He got no one and George got like 2 people.
Yes, and you know that's just the way in the Hope Crosby team, Crosby tends to be the straight man and Hope tends to be the funny guy. And so usually it's up to the straight man to set up the joke and for the funny guy to deliver the joke. And so that tends to be Bob Hope. What's I think interesting is that Bob Hope in real life married one of the girls who was on one of the pictures that he was in, and they had one of the most epic Hollywood romances ever.
Really?
Oh yeah, they were married for many, many, many decades, and their love affair was stuff of legends. So, do you think the film would hold up for audiences today?
That is really hard to decipher, I think, because I feel like some of it people might get mad about or feel like it's controversial because like maybe the way that people in Bali are portrayed, they would think is kind of stereotyping. But I still think if you look at it as the parody it kind of is portraying, it could hold up because there are movies like that still that kind of do work.
It's the kind of movie that says, make fun of us with us. It breaks the fourth wall a lot. They look at the camera and talk, and they are kind of self-aware and saying, look, this is a big joke. So that we do have that kind of an out, but you're right, films of that era tended to depict non-whites, anybody who is not like Bing and Bob, as sort of a parody rather than an actual representation. So, you know, there's that for discussion, I think, but I'm with you. I think that they parody it enough and they're sort of saying, please don't take this seriously. These are really not what the people of Bali are like. We're making fun of ourselves, not them. So was there anything about the film that you would change if you could remake it? Let's remake The Road to Bali.
I actually don't think it would need remade. I think it's actually really perfect for like the time, especially where it came from.
Right.
Like everything seemed to work together, the music, the characters, they all kind of worked off of each other really well. But I feel like modern times they'd had to change a little things. If you made it now, I don't know, like maybe be more like better with portraying certain characters, like so people don't get mad about it. But any film you make, someone's gonna be mad at it anyway, though.
So we still have buddy films.
Yeah.
But we don't get a lot of buddy films in musicals. And I think the last one that I can remember was Ishtar, and it is legendary for being a horrible, horrible movie. So, but let's you and I just for a moment. Let's play a game. We're gonna cast a movie.
Okay.
We're gonna make a musical road picture,
Oh no.
a modern one. So we need 3 people. We need 2 guys and a gal, or 2 gals and a guy. We can change it up. So how do you want to do it? Who are we going to cast?
That's really hard to think. Like, I'm trying to think of who would be great in one of those, or who people would want to see in those.
Maybe I watch too many Marvel movies, but I'd like to see Robert Downey Jr. in place of Bob Hope and Chris Evans in place of Bing Crosby.
That could work, actually. I also like the idea of Robert Downey Jr., who always seems to get more ladies anyway in like Marvel films.
Right.
Like, be the one not to get anyone.
He's not the one who gets the gal, and as long as we're going this route, we'll just get Scarlett Johansson, who sings beautifully.
She
right?
does.
We'll get her to do Dorothy Lamour. Are you with me? Are we going to make our film?
This is our film.
All right. We are looking for funding. No, we're not allowed to do that right now. There's no funding. Don't. Just email me later. After viewing this film, do you think that you'd be interested in watching the rest of the Road series? And have you ever seen any of the Road pictures before?
I have not seen any of the Road pictures before. I remember being parodied on different shows, like Family Guy has their own Road 2 episodes that are actually interesting. But I really do want to watch the rest of the Road movies because they look really fun. And there are so many of them. I think it'd be like a great movie marathon with people.
We should binge watch these on Netflix. So if anybody from Netflix is watching, we'd like to first fund a Road picture, and we've got a really great premise. And secondly, we'd like you to get all the Road pictures on so we can have a binge watch in the communications media department at IUP, and that would be a lot of fun. What were your thoughts on the musical aspects of the film? We talked about we're going to get Scarlett Johansson to be in our version, right? She's going to sing. Did you find that the music numbers added to the story, added to the film, or were you just waiting for them to be over?
I really liked them together. I think like the music was really good. I really like that kind of style of musicals back in the day.
Yeah.
I think it's way better than a lot of things that are being made today.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it just made it more fun to look at in the movie. I feel like if it didn't have any music, it wouldn't be like as fun or as interesting to watch.
Okay.
So I think it just added to like the weird party that movie really was.
Sure. Well, and Bing Crosby was one of the most renowned singers of that era. Dorothy Lamour was certainly a great singer and dancer. And Bob Hope, although he was more of a comedian, really could sing. And so, yeah, I think you're right. I think the musical numbers were well done, they're well executed, and they're a lot of fun.
Especially since like when you have like actors who can sing, use that.
Yeah, right. What would you have done if you were in the same situation as George and Harold?
I don't think I'd have as much fun, I can tell you that much.
I agree. I don't think I would have as much fun
I'd probably cry a little bit at first. I probably would be so stressed out from the whole idea of what's going on.
Well, if we ever find ourselves in that situation, we know that we need to sing a song,
Okay.
right? And just go and have some fun with it. That's all the time that we have tonight. I'm Dr. Jim Lenze, and on behalf of Emily, thank you for joining us here and viewing The Road to Bali from IUP TV and Public Pictures Theater. Have a wonderful evening.